All right, we got the return to Omashu, and yeah, I wish I could be more angry because I know you guys love it and you find it entertaining and stuff. If you want to see that, go watch Nostalgia Critic because I really love the show. They keep throwing good episode after good episode. There's another really good episode, and it is one that really ties into the story again. You got them returning back to Omashu, and it's been taken over as we saw from the last one, and the king. The king apparently surrendered right away, which is very bizarre, and the people went to hiding underground on these secret passages, and they introduced this philosophy at the end. I think it's the philosophy of Qing is what they were saying, which is the philosophy of change. I think that was it. It might have been Jing, but I don't know that one. But what I like about it, you hear her hair dryer, by the way, that's my wife. But what I like about this show is that it's obviously popular. At the time it was being made, it's probably growing in popularity. Obviously they had a strong first season. But what I like is that they're introducing ideas and philosophies that not only are pretty complex for kids, but they're not even like American philosophies, which is wonderful. It's expanding different outlooks and different thoughts and techniques and teachings, and half these kids could go up to their parents and be like, you know, what are the levels of Qing? Well, what's the book of Qing? And they'd be, I don't know, let's look it up. You know, or maybe some parents would know, but I think majority would not. And God, this show has a crowd following it. It has an audience. It sounds like of both kids and adults, you know, and again, on Nickelodeon, of all places. And it is challenging kids with these philosophies and these teachings that they don't know about. And it's not just stuff basically for kids. I mean, this is advanced stuff. And I love that it's doing that. It knows it has the influence, so it doesn't dumb down to the lowest common denominator. It's going to challenge and it's going to teach you new things. That is wonderful, and that's just a small aspect of this episode. You only get it at the end, but again, I really want to give props to that because I think that is so great that they're doing that. You see so many things that become popular, and they just want to stay popular and reach a wider crowd, so they try to dumb it down as much as possible, and they don't try new things, and they don't try to challenge, and this show does. So I really love that. But let's talk about the actual episode. The king surrenders. These people go hiding underground. It's taken over by the Fire Nation, which whoever's looking after it, I'm not sure if it was a king or what, but someone that was appointed to ruling the city, and does not seem like a bad person. Seems like a family guy, has a nice wife, nice kids, for the most part. There's one that we'll go into in a moment here. But I really like, again, that it's not just all the bad guys are bad, all the good guys are good, you know, they're mixing it up a bit. Though it does make me again sort of question, how do some of these really good people get into sort of ruling these nations and the Fire Nation? Like, I know it sounds weird, but what is the Fire Nation's politics? What is their philosophy? It seems to be, the weak, we don't want the weak, but there seems to be good, sympathetic people in this group, and they seem to make it pretty high up, you know, one ruling this new kingdom. So I do question it a touch, but I think that's really overanalyzing, like really nitpicking. But regardless, so you got that going on. You got that these people need to be, they need to leave the city somehow without getting caught. So they come up with this idea. And again, this is where it really pays to be a kid's show because you can get away with this. You're allowed to get away with this. This creative idea where when they're trying to get in, these octopuses, octopi, I don't know what the term is. I don't even know if that's what they are, but these things stick to Sokka, and when they rip them off, they leave these dots, and the guards notice it, and to get out of being caught, they say that he's infected, and that this is some sort of disease that they made up, and they believe it, and they run away. So then they have to figure out how to get these thousands of people out. And they took that one scene that, you know, looks like it's just going to be a funny, cute little scene, haha, just a throwaway gag, and it comes back. And it's such a clever, funny little idea that allows thousands of people to escape. And so they all act like they've been infected and that everyone else that's healthy should stay away from them, and they've been exiled from the city because they're diseased, and it's so smart. And I don't think you could get away with that necessarily in a live-action adult show or movie. They see it as too silly, or we're not creating worlds where that's allowed in, more adult programming. But you can get away with it here, and I really love that balance. I love that they say, hey, we're going to introduce some more adult philosophies and ideas, but also, hey, we're still a kid's show. We can really create stuff. We can be imaginative. We can have fun with this. And again, wonderful balance there. And we get Aang coming across the king at the end, and he tells him about why he surrendered, and that really, in a sense, he's just waiting for the right moment to make his move. Which, again, it's a philosophy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right. They're leaning towards it's right. But you don't know. You see people get really angry at him, and a lot of people probably would still stay angry at him, but Aang understands a little bit more and gives the trust to him. He trusts his friend. So, and again, it's introducing an idea that most kids, even most adults, at least in America, are not familiar with. So you got that aspect of the story, and then you got the character that, as soon as I mentioned just seeing her, everybody's like, Azula, Azula, you can't wait for Azula. So we get more of her in this episode. And they're right. She's a great villain. She's very diabolical. She's very cunning, very conniving. I love these two. I don't know what they are, if they're advisors or what. It's these twin old ladies who seem to be totally in sync. And I love that. That's a great, just questioning, who are they? Well, what are they up to? I love this posse that she's getting now. The one is the daughter of the ruler at Omashu, who just wants to join an army or do something evil because she's bored. I love that. And you can see that too. You can see that she's bored. You can understand how she would come to that route because she's a higher up. She's practically a princess here, and just there's nothing to do. It's expected for her to be quiet and do nothing, and she has this incredible skill. So that's great, and she's very deadpan, very quiet. Sounds like her and Zuko have like a history they're hinting at, so I'll be curious to see where that goes. And then this other character who doesn't seem like a character that would be in this posse, I forget her name. She's freaking adorable. They give her these great big eyes, and she's really flexible and always smiling and always upbeat. She's hugging everybody, and again, you do sort of go, wait a minute, she's gonna be one of the bad guys? So I'd be shocked if she doesn't switch somewhere down the line. They make her way too happy and way too likable. But she's got this incredible talent too, and they have this great fight at the end. Again, wonderful, wonderful fight scene. And using the city to its advantage with the slides and with the fact that it's being taken over and remodels, or they're gonna fight on that stuff, using their powers, and these new characters have new skills, and it's really wonderfully put together. So I like that. I like they're adding more villains in, which is always great. And they're, the one thing I'm realizing, there's only one character I don't care for. You're not gonna believe who it is. And I don't hate the character. It's not like, a terrible creation or anything. It's just so forgettable. I don't care for Momo. I think he is there's no personality to him. The buffalo has more personality. I'm watching him interact with this baby. I'm just like, I don't know what this means. I don't know if it's like, ooh, it's gonna happen. It's like he just sort of has this blank face and eats stuff. So that's the one character I don't know if they're gonna do more with him, but they definitely haven't done anything yet. So yeah, again, it's not like, kill Momo. I'm not like that, but it is the one character that just sort of seems like, dead weight, in a sense. Every once in a while he'll fly and grab something, but it seems more like a video game sidekick than an actual developed character, even if it is just an animal. Ein from Cowboy Bebop I thought had a lot more personality than this thing, so I don't know. Maybe it gets better. Maybe we'll go into Momo's backstory. Who knows? So yeah, this is another really good, strong episode. Oh, you know, one last thing I will comment on. I was realizing watching this episode, and maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I do like this Azula character. I like how evil she is. I don't know what turned the gymnastic girl, the one that was in the circus, what turned her over with like, you know, the fire on the net and the animals and stuff. And she just says, the universe seemed to point me into your direction. Is it that she clearly sees that Azula is threatening her? Or did she just sort of see it as a sign that she really thinks the universe kind of directed her? It's like, I don't know. It was very odd. Obviously, she had a little twinge when Azula said she was going to see the show. So maybe it's that Azula was making it obvious, like, I won't kill you, but bad things will happen if you do not come with me. You know, without actually saying that. Actions speak louder than words. Again, just having a ball. Can't wait to see the next one. I'll see you at that one.